What's going on, guys? It's Ty, and today we are putting some brakes on the E30 because the current ones are super shot and don't really like to stop. So first thing I'm gonna do, get this thing up on jack stands and pull the wheels off. Probably spray some PB blaster on all the rusty stuff and then let it sit while I eat some lunch and come back and get moving on it. Let's do it. Let's open up some boxes. See what we got. Really? Oh, boxception. Alrighty. Looks like a front rotor. Yeah, it looks like the right one. I ordered some brakes last weekend, but the website actually sent me the wrong parts. So I had to go through a different website and order all individual parts, not a full kit. But this way I know they're all gonna be exactly the right parts and I won't run into any problems, hopefully. I must have like the worst luck on the planet because they sent me one rear drum, 4 lugs, and then they sent me one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. Like, how does that even happen to do that? Because that is completely wrong. This one is right. So now I have one new drum and one that I can't use. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but maybe I can just reuse the current ones and send these back and just yell at them and, I don't know, replace them later. We'll see. So I'm waiting on a few more parts to come in. They should be in today by this afternoon at the latest. So I have both front rotors that look good, one correct rear drum and one wrong rear drum, which is unbelievable because how do you mess that up? And then I have all of the rebuild parts for the rear drums coming in and also pads for the front, some other little stuff. So I guess let's get moving and I'll jack this thing up. Okay guys, car's in the air, up on jack stands. I got all the wheels off. I'm going to take some PB blaster now and go around and spray all the caliper bolts and anything else that I think I'm gonna have to take off. Mainly because this stuff is pretty rusty down here. Take a look. I don't know, but like all this crap, super rusty. And also, this is the bad side, where this stuff is just really gross. Yeah, so plan is to spray it, take a break, let that sit for a little bit. Still waiting on some other parts, but I'll probably come back down after I eat and tear everything apart so it's ready and go from there. I also think I have a parasitic battery drain. So I think I have to diagnose where that's coming from because every time I have to put it on a charger for like 20 minutes to start it, but yeah, here we go. Please spray that guy, and I don't know. Alright, one drum off. There's actually like spider webs in here, which is pretty gross. I had to fuss with that for quite some time. I think I hit a new level of stupid. Remember to lower your parking brake before you try to take that off. Yeah. Side number 2 off. And this side's like black on the inside. I don't know. But that's off. It's good. Time to move up to the front and get those front calipers all pulled apart. Front rotor and caliper off. Oh no. Anyways, those are trashed. Set those back up here. Yeah. Good enough. Okay. Hands are pretty clean. Just kidding. Front rotor off on this side. Rears are off. Just have my driver's side to take off. And then I'm pretty much just waiting for the last couple boxes full of parts to show up. And I'll be putting it back together. And we should be good for the day. Just me filming, so not as many cool shots. Just bringing you guys with me today on this little replacement. And so far, rust has sucked. yeah, that's pretty much it. Just rust on old BMW sucks. Alright guys, all 4 of the brakes are off. Ta-da! So now I'm gonna go see if my new boxes are here and also grab some food because I'm starving. And then get back to work if I have all my parts. On plus side, it's like 70 degrees in Michigan today, which is awesome. First time in forever, so maybe I'll pull the M3 out later and go for a little cruise. Maybe see if anybody wants to go drive around, but time for lunch. Alright guys, just ate some lunch and I'm back. While I was eating, these parts were delivered. So we got some pads for up front, and then both sets of springs and stuff to replace back here on the drums. And then for some reason they sent me, like, I got new shoes for the rear, and then they sent me a second set of the same thing. So for some reason they sent me 2 sets of rear brake shoes and then a wrong drum for one of them, but I should be able to reuse one of those drums. I might just leave the old ones on, I don't know, I'll see, but fronts can definitely be replaced and we'll move on from there. Guys, just a very quick comparison. Let me focus this in. Quick comparison, old pad versus new pad. I mean, that old pad, time to go, man. I mean, not even close. These things are dead. Brand new. Fast forward however long amount of time. My battery, I had it on the charger and it was reading bad battery, so I took it back and it was actually only putting out 1.8 volts, which is garbage. So I swapped that out for a new one, which appears to be perfect. And then I also ran to Home Depot to grab some C-clamps. Some of these boys. Got a bigger one and also a smaller one. This way I can get that piston pushed back in on the caliper, because it's a pain in the butt if you don't have those. So I've never used this C-clamp method before, but I just tried it and that literally pushed that back in like 2 seconds. And I know that's like basically like the main way everybody does it, but I've never had these to use before, so that's pretty awesome that it worked that fast. So definitely have C-clamps if you're doing brakes and want to get that piston pushed back in pretty quick, because that took like half the time that I've usually had to do. So it's good. Pads and rotors going in and on. I'm also going to throw on some anti-seize while I have everything off. That way, if I ever have to replace these, it's a lot easier than what I had to take off, because I don't know the last time these were done, and you never know. So we're just gonna throw some of this on here. The front is all buttoned up now, nice and clean again. So now I'm gonna move on to doing the back drums. I've actually never replaced drum brakes before, so this is gonna be a first for me, and I hope I can figure it out pretty easily. I've watched a few other videos on YouTube on how to do it, so I guess I'm gonna dig into that. The fronts ended up not being too bad to put on, and new batteries in. Car starts right up now. Fix this, there we go. Yeah, so moving on to the back, I have all the hardware for that. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the actual drum part, because I have mixed matched ones now, but yeah, onto the back. So my strategy that I'm gonna use for this is basically lay out all of my parts on the ground and in relative location to how they are on the actual brake. I saw it in a Chris Fix video, so I guess we'll see if it works out well. And yeah, so this way I already took pictures of all of this as well. Plus I can always look at the other side if I get stuck on what I'm doing. But I have all my springs, and basically I'm just gonna set them out how they look. So it goes up there. And this guy looks like he goes down here. And I'm basically gonna build it on the ground in front of this and then put it onto this. Boom. Alright guys, wheels are back on the car, buttoned everything up. Drums kind of suck to do with the springs, but I figured out a few little like tricks that help me out. Yeah, so probably just hit the pedal a few times, torque my wheels after I drop them, and maybe go for a quick drive. Finally gonna bring this to an end. Car's on the ground, wheels are on. Yeah, different experience. I think the best way to learn stuff is to just do it. And that's kind of what I did. But yeah, car's on the ground, brakes should be good. As always guys, like and subscribe. Tomorrow I'm getting in a new exhaust for this car. The one right now, well, the old one rusted out, so I ripped it off. And it's really loud, so tomorrow exhaust. I'm probably gonna do a video on that as well. And yeah guys, like and subscribe, comment if you have any questions or what you'd like to see in the future on this car. Thanks again, see you guys next time.